Hello everyone, welcome back. Croak wanted a popular ramen restaurant for his vacation home. Believe it or not, I actually had a rough idea of what I wanted to do in my head. It turns out a little different than what I originally thought, but I still like it. I did kind of have trouble picking the plot initially. I realized as I was going through it that I wanted it to be in the fall, although this is not something that I decided ahead of time. I do like that you can change the seasons with the Happy Home plots. You're not really stuck with a specific one. I really never know what to do with these Zen areas. I'm not good at Zen designing. It's not one of my fortes. I really wish it were because I've seen some people do amazing builds with a lot of the Zen looking items and do like nice Japanese towns and stuff like that. I'm just not that talented when it comes to stuff. And I didn't know what to do for the exterior anyway because it was a restaurant. I didn't want to do outdoor seating. I also never use the Zen structure for the player's house. I've never seen any of the exterior options for it before, like I did this, and I was really thoroughly surprised. It looks so good. Again, like Zen is not my theme, so I really wouldn't have gone with that anyway unless I was doing something specifically themed like this. Like when I think of a ramen restaurant, I think of like, Japanese or something like that. I went to a really good ramen place earlier this year near where I live. It's like a little tiny hole in the wall. It was so good. The food that I got, like the bowl of ramen that I got was like humongous. It was so filling. I think I got chicken with mine. I can't remember. It was so long ago, but it was delicious. Homemade ramen or like something from a little mom and pop shop I think is really good compared to going to one of the chain restaurants and getting some if you want it. I'm not saying it's bad, and you can certainly make it at home fairly easy. I mean, you can just do noodles and then add broth and add whatever else you're going to add to it, like chicken or pork or tofu or veggies or whatever you're going to do. I never know how to order ramen. I usually just get whatever the default thing is on the menu and don't really modify it too much because I feel like if I add stuff to it that's not like your normal ramen stuff, it's going to look weird and I don't want to get judged. Anyway, I definitely wanted to section this off and I wanted to have like a little kitchen area in addition to the dining space here. I wanted to make it kind of like a little hole in the wall place, like a little tiny something that you would go to off the beaten path maybe. Not like a giant chain restaurant because I wanted it to just kind of have that local feel. I 100% could have done better with the decorations, at least on this level of the build. I didn't do a good job with it at all. You'll see, like the walls end up pretty blank. And going back, I could have just put like wall lamps or something on there or like some pictures or something like a wooden sign. I don't know. I'm sick of using the same wall items for literally everything. I know a lot of them can be customized. You can use custom designs and stuff, and I get that. Maybe I need to look more into like stickers or something, like using the glow-in-the-dark stickers and customizing them. But sometimes I just get sick of the items that we have in the game because I feel like in some aspects we have a small catalog when it comes to certain things. The other issue I had too was with the wallpaper. I do end up using that red like tea room wall. That is what I end up keeping. I really like it. The other one, the Imperial wall that was kind of like suggested, I like it, but I hate that it doesn't have windows, and I hate when walls don't have windows because to me it just looks like it's so stuffy in whatever in the room. And I know I could have made a fake window. You saw earlier I was kind of trying to do that with the glow-in-the-dark stickers. Didn't end up working out so well because I don't have like a shoji sort of thing or anything to make it go with the theme. And because of that, I just knew that the glow-in-the-dark stickers were going to look awful with this based on the options that I have available to me because I didn't download anything new. And I don't really want to download something just to use in one build. I love the lantern there, like the hanging lantern set. I think it's so cool, and I wanted to put them over the bar like that. It kind of reminds me of like a stall in a way, like a walk-up window that you could go to from outside or something and order ramen. And I love that we have so many different ramen options in this game. Not only that, but they were all very conveniently available to me in the tab with the recommended items because sometimes I struggle finding some of them. I didn't know what to do with the other blank spaces. I ended up just putting rice and some other meals there because I didn't want to like overdo it with having several of the same types of ramen. I think it looks good in the end though. I'm realizing now I never put like a host stand or anything. I literally just had the bar and the stools and a couple of like tables, and that was it. But I love that imperial table, the one that has all the food laid out on it, kind of like a Lazy Susan. I think it looks so cool. It does take up quite a bit of space, but in this build, I think that it worked really well because it went with the theme, and I never use it because I don't build anything that goes with a theme like that. I'm, again, wishing that I had put wall lanterns or something on the walls instead of using the ceiling lights. I know I can go back and do that. We all know I'm not going to do that. I don't go back and redo my Happy Home builds ever. I don't even go and visit the villagers who live there, but whatever, it is what it is. I guess now is a good time to talk to you guys about random stuff. So I went to Starbucks recently and I tried that pecan drink that they have. You guys will remember I was talking about it in a video a while ago. And I ended up trying the drink and I really, really like it a lot. I still think about it. I haven't had it in like a couple weeks, but it is so good. I love the flavor of it. It's not super sweet. It actually had kind of like a buttery sort of flavor to it. If you guys are not allergic to nuts and you can go try, it's like the pecan crunch latte or something. I think the default is iced, at least that's how it was advertised when I saw it, but you can get it hot. I just got it in the menu, like from the app. I usually do a mobile order, and it was so good. I really wish that I could make it for myself at home. I know I can find like duplicate pecan syrup and use that, and it will be fine. But it's not the same as going to Starbucks and having them make it for you. I mean, I know I can just like do some trial and error and it'll be fine and probably taste the same, but I don't know. I did that with the London Fog so long ago. The London Fog latte, it's like Earl Grey tea with milk and like some vanilla or something. That was like one of my go-to Starbucks orders for the longest time. I would usually get it iced and it was really good. A lot of you might think, you might not remember, but I grew up in Massachusetts, so you might think that, like, I am a Dunkin' girly. I hate Dunkin'. I literally think that their coffee tastes like water. I don't like their food. My parents said that, like, a billion years ago, they used to make their own food, like Dunkin' Donuts. They would just make their own donuts and stuff there. But then, obviously, they jumped on the bandwagon of having everything trucked in, and it expanded outside of Massachusetts, and it's all over the country, and I think internationally in some places. I'm not a Dunkin' person. I've tried their stuff before. It just doesn't do it for me. And also, I'm lactose intolerant, so like when I go to Starbucks, I'll usually get oat milk or something. I have done soy in the past, but I like the texture of oat milk better. It's like creamier, and to me, it tastes better. And Dunkin', I think, only has almond milk with their drinks. And the one or two times that I did have coffee from them, like an iced flavored latte or whatever with almond milk in it, I got like sick. So I'm not about to go back there and do that. My mother loves the black iced tea from Dunkin'. Some of you may know it as the unsweetened iced tea because in the South, where we are half the year, you have to specify that you want the unsweetened iced tea. You say black iced tea to the drive-thru people and they have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, we are upstairs. We've been upstairs. We're working on the little apartment that, of course, I have to build above the business like I do in any build that has a business. I love the contrast here between this and the downstairs. You guys know, the downstairs is red and black. This is like light wood tones and white with some pops of color in there. I probably could have gone for like the green tatami flooring, but I like that beige one that I ended up using and keeping. I think that with that, adding other things that are colorful makes the colors pop. I don't know why I struggled so much trying to find a good color swatch for the stupid little cloth that is with the cutting board item. Also, that tub that I put in the bathroom, that's probably my favorite item in this entire game. One of them at least. It just looks so nice. I would love to soak in there. Get like a bath bomb from Lush. Have like a hot bath when it's like really cold outside. That would be wonderful. I like, too, the ability to section off rooms with the partition walls. I know I complain about them all the time because you can't put items on them, and that's just something that I'm just going to die on the hill for. I'm never going to stop complaining about it. But I like that you can do so many different things with a regular room just by using the walls and columns. And some people have gotten very creative with it too. Like they've made whole hallways and stuff, and like I do studio apartments kind of sorta. I probably could have used a divider between the bed and the dining area that he has, but I didn't end up doing it, and I think it looks fine as is. I also like the kitchen over there in the corner. I forget that the tension pole rack and those other wooden dividers exist, and honestly, they're the perfect thing to use against a partition because they take up so much space because they're like tall items. I've seen some people use them outside too in certain things. I've done that in the past, but I'm just not a huge fan of them. It depends on like where they are on your island. I feel like they have to be against something tall. I wanted to keep with the Zen theme, kind of similar to the downstairs and the rest of everything, except obviously it's like a lighter color palette. And I like that it's a contrast to his house on my island, because his house is like all darker tones and stuff, and it has like that giant picture window with the fall leaf wall and everything, and it looks really pretty. And here we have just this, little apartment above the restaurant. I wish that some of the plots for Happy Home Paradise had more variation. Like, I would love to be able to put this in more of like an urban area. Have it be like in a little city on a city street. You go to the ramen shop. I don't know. It sucks because when it's on a plot like this with the trees and everything surrounding it, it just to me makes it look too rural. Not that it's bad, but it could be better, I guess, in some regards. Of course, I did put a bunch of wall items here because I had to make up for what I didn't do downstairs. I used that lantern very nicely. I could have used it downstairs. Anyway, as we're wrapping up here, I know Halloween is literally right around the corner when I'm about to post this. It's in like a week-ish from when this video is going to go up. So do you guys have any plans? Are you going to dress up? I don't have any costumes where I am here. I might just get like a cloak or something and wear that to pass out candy. Or I might not. Most likely I will not. Anyway, let me know if you have any Halloween plans down below. Even if you don't, I would love to hear what you may potentially be doing. Are you going to have a movie marathon? Are you going to just eat a bunch of candy? Are you going to do nothing? Let me know. We also had to make it golden hour because it's the fall, and golden hour in this game during the fall is just amazing. None of the picture options looked good except that one that I ended up using. I don't know why. I think it's just because of the layout of the whole space, but here we are. I love the Zen exterior so much. Even though everything else looks kind of barren outside, the actual structure looks amazing. Inside, of course, we have our ramen bar, as well as a couple of tables for seating. I loved how full everything looks. I probably could have put something behind the bar, like, I don't know, extra bowls waiting to be served or whatever. And then we have the little galley kitchen in here with the stew pots. But overall, I think it looks fine. It's just incredibly lacking in decor items. Maybe I'll go back and redo this, but like I said, we all know I won't. I think that the real piece here that shines is his apartment upstairs, which is not what the prompt asked me to do, but I love it here. It looks so cozy. I think this is probably one of the best apartment builds I've done. And I know a lot of the ones that I do look very similar, so you guys might be saying how similar they look and complaining about it, and quite frankly, I don't care. This is my game. I do love that little galley kitchen. It gave me the opportunity to use the rice cooker, which I never use, and that fishing boat flag on the wall, which is something I also never use. The kotatsu, I think, looks better than the tea table in my opinion. It makes it look a little cozier and more lived in, and of course we had to have more ramen. As usual, I got 30,000 Poke for my work. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave any comments, feedback, and suggestions down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you in the next one. Bye!